شلام خون برجان خبيوه مغبانو خون ديل جونسون من شتى قيادة ولايات ورايا ومن مدينة شيكاغو ال AUAF نيوز قبل نقم يقروتو خون بشينا اديو ابو زايتون لخا اتلن خاودو ترابا سودنتلا كت اين إيلا مضيتا ات قرمانة ات مرايت ومانوتا او بشغال الشوبة لخا قمدية شيكاغو اخبا سلطة شغلالة شتى قيادة ولايات ورايا لخا قسنت كت امانة اتلا موهوتا وككرة ات امانوتا بقرشت شكله اها مرايا قوم لي وتيلا الإيتوتا من داها بيتا شيت الداور اتوالا قرمانة أمانة تيلون شركلون ومرايا إيوا بخطر غرابة الله سبب ساعة الديانة إيوا ناشة اتلون نسيانا بأمانوتا اتلون ضيتا بكت خقلت أمانوتا وأرخاتة اتبيشن أن لوخة ين أن قطة تشركلن بيه أمانة داخل وطرسة وتوالا قرمانة اديو لخا قشيت تري البي وتشاسر بخادوتا مدرة بيت الشتى قيادة ولايات ورايا مقرولة الداها مرايا واديوم إلى أو قرمانة قماية قرمانة دتري قرمانة دطلاب وديطخ مانينا هلا ناشا بيتانا لخا قبل هذا بشادر قد يوخن كلهم قد سبريتون أمن قد خوشيات داها خرزة وأها عودوتا رابا إينا أغبغ زايتون لوخي هلا لينا مغزية قناشة سبب بويخ يطخ مانينا أن قرمانة وبالضيرخ أموخن قد يوخن مدرة مطعنياته بوت قرمانة وبتسبقه غبية وشنو من
Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to the Fine Arts second annual art competition for international artists. My name is Maria Bedawith and I'm the executive assistant here at AUAF. I want to thank everyone for joining us on this very, very cold day. We have a wonderful program. We'll introduce you and show you some amazing artwork from all over the world. Please remember to sign our guest book, which is up front. And then I would like to introduce Assistant Fine Arts Director, Rebel Shmuel, to the stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Maria, for that great introduction. So my name is Rebel Shmuel. I am the Assistant Director for the Fine Arts Program. I volunteer my time to help this program move forward. I was responsible for putting together this year's art competition, or last year's art competition, I should say, along with Joseph. He was the executive sponsor for that program. We had 5 judges that scored each piece, and I want to quickly review their bios with you all so that you understand who the judges were and kind of the process that we took for them to vote for each piece. The first judge I want to talk to you about is or mention is Evelina Maynor. Evelina arrived in the US in 2007 after she received her master's degree in fine arts from Vilnius University in Lithuania. Before coming to the US, she studied in Austria and lived in Germany, Italy, Russia, and in the Ukraine. Evelina joined one of the biggest companies in architectural arts in the US as a stained glass restorer. She has worked on projects for the Chicago Cultural Center, Tiffany Dome Restoration Project, the Art Institute of Chicago, Chicago Museum of Science and Industry, and many other public and private stained glass restoration projects. Our second judge is Fidel Rodriguez. Fidel Rodriguez started painting at a very early age. His earliest paintings and drawings were influenced were inspired rather by his grandfather, who was a bullfighter. He studied graphic design at the age of 17 in Caracas, Venezuela, and his talent eventually earned him a UNESCO scholarship to study fine arts. Fidel worked for many years as a scenic artist for an Italian corporation in the Dominican Republic and in Mexico. In 1996, Fidel moved to New York City, working as a set designer and quickly gaining his first serious gallery representation by Monique Goldstrom in New York in 1998. Fidel Rodriguez currently spends his time between New York and Chicago, where he now resides. Hannah Hummel is one of our instructors here for the Fine Arts program that we have. Hannah has received a formal education from the American Academy of Art from Chicago, Illinois. She received a bachelor's in fine art in oil painting. Hannah spends her time exploring new methods of creating artwork outside of the traditional framework. She also creates artwork in ink, block printing, and illustration. Our fourth judge, Ninos Bet-Isho, is also an instructor here at AUAF. Ninos Bet-Isho taught film and cinematography at Columbia College for over 20 years, with over 30 years of motion picture experience in feature films such as Zoning, which is in Germany, and Placebo Effect. Ninos has an extensive list of educational documentary clients such as the BBC, the National Geographic, Alt-Show, Trillium Productions. In addition, his commercial work includes clients such as Kohl's, McDonald's, United Airlines, and political clients, one of them being William Clinton, governor and 42nd president of the United States. Tim Anderson is our last judge. Tim lives and works in Chicago. Born in 1954, he has exhibited continuously since 1978 in Chicago and internationally. Anderson is one of the founders of the Cold House Group here in Chicago. In 1987, he initiated a new and successful exhibition concept by using abandoned cold storage warehouses and rail terminals slated for demolition as temporary exhibit halls, where he was able to exhibit works from different artists. These shows led to an international exchange of art and artists. In 1989, he started exhibiting his paintings in Europe, and continues to do so in Moscow, Munich, Krakow, Italy, and in Paris as well. From these travels, he has researched and referenced the subject matter. Anderson's fascination with portraiture as subject matter elevates his themes to a direct confrontation with humanity. He is represented by the Thomas Masters Gallery here in Chicago. So all 5 of these judges, as you can see, are artists. They're from Chicago, and they were able to judge this artwork that we received from Assyrian artists from all over the world. They were able to judge each piece from a scale of 1 to 10, and you'll see our 10 finalists and then our final selections a little bit later today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebel. We appreciate everything that you do here for the Fine Arts program. And now I would like to introduce the Fine Arts Director, Joseph Battlepour, to the stage. Joseph started this program and all the events here for all the Assyrians at AUAF in 2014. He has helped shape the youth into amazing artists and created different programs like this one to help new and upcoming artists showcase their artwork. Please give a round of applause to Joseph Battlepour.
Good evening. I'd like to thank you, extend my personal gratitude and appreciation for coming out in this cold winter, Chicago winter day. It's really cold. As a matter of fact, we have some guest artists who arrived here from a warmer climate, and he says, wow, it's really cold in here. So thank you again for being here. I'd like to extend my gratitude to all the judges who had a difficult task to judge these beautiful paintings that were submitted from all over the world. We had, in 2017, our competition started locally, basically, I would say, within the States. And we had such a great response that actually from out of the country, they were asking us, why couldn't we participate in this competition? So in 2018, we decided to take an international, and sure enough, we had some great response. And our total entries were over 20, if I'm not making a mistake, over 20 artists that entered for this competition, and we had to go through each one. Of course, the judges had to go through all of these process, which I like to indicate these judges are all independent judges. So the art department had nothing to do with making any decisions as far as who the runner-up would be or who the winners would be. So this was totally independent process. I'm sure you're going to have your own point of view, and you're going to be your own critic as far as who should be where and who should be, first or second, whatever. But nevertheless, we took the due diligence process for this. And these finalists were Atra Gevargis from California, Eddie Yuhanna from Chicago, John Malik from Chicago, Nada Khninia, okay, from Canada, Paul Betu from California, Luna Nissan from New Zealand, Nahran Melki from Sweden, Maher Minyanish from Chicago, Qais El-Sindi from San Diego, and finally Agnes Ishek from New Zealand. And these were the 10 finalists that you saw on the screen. And again, this was really a difficult task because, as you can see, each painting has a different style of design and painting. So these artists, they paint within different styles. So it's very difficult if an artist who's a realist, comparing with someone who does abstract painting. So it's a kind of difficult task for them. But nevertheless, these were the 10 finalists. And now we're going to start with our 5 finalists, including our first, actually we had number 5 and number 4 were our honorary winners. Or I should say, we acknowledge them as being, their work was quite interesting. Our honorary number 5th place is
Aluna Nissan. Aluna Nissan is currently studying a Bachelor of Design and majoring in Visual Communication in New Zealand. She loves educating herself about her ancient language, history, and heritage. 5th place winner, Aluna Nissan.
Aluna Nissan was one of our youngest artists that entered. She's only 19 years old. And it was amazing because her painting was almost every judge that looked at the painting, it drew their attention because the way she painted this. I think it's probably her own self-portrait that she did. But nevertheless, she's very talented. Not only that, her mom is also an artist, so they both entered at the same time into the competition, and it really is quite an accomplishment to have two people, mother and the daughter, entering a competition and really getting at this point. So it's interesting. It's a two-dimensional, but nevertheless, it's a nice painting. I think she has really did a good job. We wish her success. She is in art school studying art, so I think she has a bright future. Don't you think so? Yeah. Our 4th place recognition and honorary artist is from Sweden, and her name is Nahran Melki. As you can see. I'm sorry? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Nahran was born in Syria and moved to Sweden. She graduated in 2011 with a strong background in art.
Nahran Melki is a seasoned artist. She had an exhibition last year in California. And as you can see, her style of work is abstract, which might be a little bit foreign to more of a traditional painting, which you might have seen, but nevertheless is creative, and she has a style of her own that she approaches. So she also has a very good technique, and I think she'll be a good artist in future time. So actually now we're down to our winners. So we're ready to introduce to you our first and second place winner. I'd like to, his name is Maher Manish, or Minyash? Minyanish. Yeah, come up here. Read his biography.
Maher was born in Mosul, Iraq, is an Assyrian artist working in the Chicago area. He resettled to the United States in 2009. Though he left his home behind due to war, he carried his love and passion for his heritage with him. Minyanish feels obligated to create pieces that represent Assyrian history and heritage, a common theme in much of his work. A self-taught artist, Minyanish discovered his passion for art as a child and draws inspiration from changing world around him. He is driven by human experience and stories and is known for his portrait work.
By the way, this man, this is his second year in a row that he's winning third place competition. So I think that's a great compliment. I'd like to tell you a little bit about this young man. He went to California and he went to Malibu? Santa Monica, yeah. And what he does all day long, he draws and paints portraits. So this is something that he does full time. He makes a living of doing drawing and painting. And we're really pleased for him to be here. And he does some amazing work. As a matter of fact, he never had any formal training. But nevertheless, his work is really exquisite, and he has a certain style of realism. As you can see, we're going to unveil his painting right now. And when you get a chance, come up close and look at some of the detail that he has, and it shows what he has done. So how about if you give me a hand to unveil your painting?
Okay,
Let's do that. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Very good. Come on back here. Mar, we'd like to recognize and present you with this prize, third place, for the amount of $2,000. So you can pursue your career and be successful in your artwork. And if there's anything that we can do here, we will.
You already did. Thank you so much.
Before I let him go, I like him to explain his painting as to what he did there. So.
Okay. Thank you for everyone first. And as you see, to push our nation forward, to get into the first nations in the world, if you look at the painting, you see there's a book in the hand of that lady, which is education. And the other guy has like a brush, the second one, which is art. And most important thing is to believe in God. So any nation believes in God, God will put that nation in the first. That's the most important thing. And you see the cross in the hand of that little girl. And if you in the end there's a guy who's holding like a violin. So that's music. So I mean, education, belief, art, and believe, that what pushes any nation to get into the first class, or like to be the first in the world. Those things. And if you look at the sky, our nation has a lot of difficulties, and we have so many people that died for the name of the Syrian and for the name of Christ. So that's the, how to say it, it's the end of that hard time, and the sun shines like shining on for the future. And if you look at the field, you look there's those wheat, what's it called? So you see some are old, so those are the old people that already paid their life for our nation to get forward. And you see that the two of them, that is the beginning of awakening. That's the results of if we push ourselves in the right path to develop our nation and put in the first of nations. That's I hope I could explain a little bit, but thank you so much.
Thank you again. By the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning, these paintings were created around a theme that we had at the beginning of the year, which was awakening. So this is something that each artist had a chance to create. How can they awaken our community in terms of awareness in artwork and artists, and how we can support our artists no matter where they are. And hopefully we can create a coalition that there is a chain of reaction that art and artists is appreciated in our community. Because I think all of us agree that we always talk about past, what has been done. I think it's wonderful, but also we need to press on and show the outside community as to what a Syrian artist can do today. Would you agree? Okay, yeah. So our next winner, second place winner, his name is Qais El-Sindi.
Qais El-Sindi was born in Baghdad, Iraq, and currently resides in California. In 2000, he received a Bachelor of Arts from the Academy of Fine Arts from Baghdad University, and in 2004 received a Master's in Fine Arts from the same school. His work explores the world we are in and inner feelings of humanity and how they connect to each other through various beliefs. He has participated in several solo exhibitions and group shows in the USA and the Middle East. Qais El-Sindi, second place winner.
Qais, would you come up here? Well, I'd like to tell you a little about Qais El-Sindi. He's from San Diego, and this is the man. He came and he says, we were just coming back from airport, and he says, Joe, this is really cold in here. And I guess what? This is his first time in Chicago, so I can tell you we have a cold weather, but our community is warm.
Yes.
So we welcome you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Guys is a professional artist and internationally known. I'd like to tell you some of the places that he has exhibited as a solo exhibition. And these places happens to be San Diego, obviously, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Dubai, Jordan, New York, Laguna Beach, and Switzerland. And we are really pleased to have him here. And from his painting that we were unveiled, and I think Rebel, he kind of jump-started, because we were going to unveil it first and then show you on the screen. But nevertheless, we'll do that. So if you would please give me a hand to unveil your painting.
Yeah, about the painting?
Yes. Qais is an abstract painter. It was really quite impressive. I myself, I come from a very realism background. But looking at his paintings, there is a movement and there is a shapes and forms that you don't see that in abstract painting. A lot of times, they appear to be very flat. But his paintings are there's a lot of shapes and forms and colors that uniquely are his signature. So really, he accomplished his own style of entity that not only among our community, but he kind of tapped into a larger circle, which really I think that's what our artists are need to do. We have to introduce ourselves for larger community, and that means we have to step out of our own box as an artist and be able to create pieces that would be showcased in an exhibit in galleries and one-man show and what have you. So having said that, I'd like to have guys to explain his painting as to what he envisioned and what he was creating. Please.
Thank you very much.
Salam alaikum. When I received, before I explain about my painting, when I received an email from Akhun Aziza Joseph informing me that I was one of the 3 winners in this competition, I thought why not I go to Chicago? But when I checked the weather, I saw it's below zero, 20 below zero. Meanwhile, in San Diego, it's around 72. I said, well, let's go, because I have been in New York on the East Coast a lot, and it was I went through a lot of adventures like this to come in this very tough weather. And one of the major things that made me to come here and to be physically present here is to see this unique cultural center, the Assyrian Universal Alliance Foundation. I am very privileged to be here in front of you and also to be a part of this competition. I believe in this cultural center is very amazing and doing a very vital role in conveying the message of our old civilization, ancient culture that we have, and also to pass it to the new generation, as we discussed many times. What all our ancestors did, Ashurbanipal, Sir John II, Sennacherib, we have a role and responsibilities to do it to our upcoming and offspring generations. And I believe the art is one of the most important and also serious tool that we can use to express what we want to say or convey. Because art in general is a language without boundaries. Here in my painting, which is an abstract expressionism style, I try to say in this style that all of us, we have to cooperate together to achieve our goal, to reach the climax of what we want to achieve. As you see, maybe it's in very not very obvious way that a man is carrying a woman over his shoulder. I will not do it the vice versa, by the way. And the man, we the people, we have to work together. We have to take care of together. And this is how our society and community can reach to convey this message of culture, love, peace, and civilization to upcoming generations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for your presentation. It's really it truly is a pleasure to have you here. And here we have a prize winning of a $3,000 presented to the second place.
Thank you.
And we hope that you continue to do what you're doing and to be inspirational for other artists. To follow the direction as you have gone, and you kind of went out of the box, but yet at the same time we don't want to forget our history. So that's another importance. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now it comes to our final and first place winner. And we kind of hid it because we wanted to show the videos. Our first place winner, her name is Agnes Ishak. And she happens to be, remember I mentioned the daughter and the mother? She's the mother of our 19-year-old 5th place.
Agnes has interest in drawing and painting since childhood. She studied oil painting, color techniques, and layering and tone analysis through observation from Assyrian Iraqi artist Adwar al-Rassam and Iraqi art teacher Tariq Mikhail. Agnes later worked in a gallery in Baghdad where she was given the creative freedom to play with paint and sell her artwork after graduating from the Institute of Technology in Baghdad, Iraq. In New Zealand, she attends life drawing workshops and has experimented with new artist techniques. Her practices span through different abstract and art technique and styles. Agnes Ishak, first place winner.
Agnes had requested it that her good friend Ninus Nirwari would accept her prize and that he would send it to her. So I like to, on her behalf, I like to ask Ninus to come up here so we can unveil her painting. As you can see, Agnes's painting is very imaginative. Here again, she never had a formal training, but nevertheless, she has a style of her own. I saw a few of her other paintings. Mainly she paints in earth tones, which is very similar to what she has here, but she connects her paintings to the past and future. So she's very visionary in her work. We're going to have in a minute, we're going to have a clip, actually a video that she had sent us from New Zealand. So we're going to hear directly from her, and we'll hear from here. So, yeah.
السلام عليكم. أنا إيوان أجنس إسخاق أطوريتا من أطرت نيوزيلاند. إقارة لقاتي قد بسيطا شركن قدام ورايا خد شمت مرعشتا عاند إلي بيشا تقبرا بيت شت أستد خيادتي بلايا أطورايا بمهيروتا وكشيروتا ومدبرانوتا ميقرا جوزيف بادل بيرو وميقرا رابيل بتشمول آني كان قد إلى أماني بريشي خيادتي ولاية شت أستد خيادتي ولاية أطورايا إلي إتلي خمسيانا باصورة باس ديشت استعاين قد بسيطن يطلن باس بالخنانة خن أن تريشني خراية من دي قاميتا ضيتن باس بتأكد آشر باني بالخطن دبرانوتت يقرا رابيني بصدراري قد مصيتون برسيتون مردوتا ويترانا ويلبانا وكتابي بريشة لا أختي قوم ديتت شيكاغو إلا مطيتون هالكسلن ومصيتون هاي شدريتو لن كتابي بريشة تشعيتناية ملبتت ليشانا أمتناية لكسيقون قام درجتا ليشانا أطوراي لخاين إلى بيت مردوتناية أطوراي هاوتن مسي مرابو هادخ أغضيتي بشد أستد خيادتي ولاية أطوراي إتلاخون خرزة بريشي قوداشت أستا خرزة ناشاية عند إلى قهيرتا وتناشا ويرا بيشنة قوبتواتي إتلاخون خرزة مردوتناية قام ملبتت ليشانا إتلاخون خرزة قا ملبتت موسيقي سياروتا وقرشت الشكلة وهي ورقت هاي بالخاناخون بوش سوداوتن بوش منتيانا يوما قيوما قبل خاناخون بوت لوخت اليوم خود شمت مرعشتا خبرت مرعشتا ويدا لخم عبدان اللي أخبرت نوشة لوخت اليوم مخبلي مغزيان أخ قشقتي أخ زيتي أخ عشتي بود أصرنا بود تشعيتا بود أخنا الماني وخ قد أخنا أطوراي أكد إيوخ اللي رجوم عرويان جو أطرد جانا همشا لتلن أونسيانا مليانا بس مانيخ بس تشعيتا بس هيمانوتن بس هيمانوتن أطوريتا بالخنانا قد أتقن دين همشا مغزوي لجانا إنا أخنا أخبرنا شاء أطورايا مغزوي نيجو ودالو خا إنو إيتن خا قطة منن ليلة كامل إلى قطية إنا ريشة أطورايا تخمنتا أطوريتا إلى هماشا إتلا خنيشة قد هاوخ منتياني كلو بالخنانا قد هاوخ أطورايا شاريري أي مغزوي النبي أورخت ريشة أطورايا مغزوي قد وتنبي وراق الداوة قوم ضيف قد إلى أنا هايا إتلي نيشة مغزوي أخ جيرة بجوني بورياني مدوقي من قنطرند تريشة خضرة أوند إلى سبايرل إلى نيشانقة بريتا وجروستا وبرستا وخطرة إلى مدوقة من أرعى وشمية وقتها وخبرنا شا كامل تخمنتا وبغرا وروخا هاوي مدوقة من أويداليقة من تيتن جركها وخ مدوقة من أرعى وشوية إلى لوخة أخ سايكل أرهادخ إن خازخ بار أو برصوبة برناشا إلى خازخ أخنشان قد صليوة بأخطلانيتا صليوة قد مغزوية لبرناشا أطوراي هما شوية جو ألصاني جو جنجاري جو خزداقي ممرياني قهادخخ بدو بصلا إنا نيشن إلي هما شهاوخ لقام
أجن سوين باسنتا خدر يشولا بتلاقينه أدي بايخ present دخلة قاتو إلى باشكش actually إلى first place winning prize زمد لايا ممتد لقى أجنس إلى $5 قد إنا directly بيشي بوري قاتو أفراد وسيمة وأجنس سوي رابع اطلق خامدي بايد خامدي كانت اطلق خامدي يا بابا
بشمت ميقرت أجنس إيشاك هاودون بسيمة شدست خوياتي ولا طرايا وكذا نظير الأخا وكل أمانة أرتس شركنا بداها خرزة بيمضلنا قد أجنس ليلة أخشي أرتس أما أنت مقرية للشارع وأمرة طامة وأخنا مخم شدست خوياتي ولا طرايا من بدرك داش رباين باش نروح تري صندوقي كتابي قد فتخي بدأرك طامة وخوباطة بشلشات تجنس بدأرك بشلب تختار وأطراد نيوزيلاند وهايتم باسيمة وخيا مطاش بريتك باسيمة.
Thank you. Now we have another special presentation. Actually, this is it's a recognition and an appreciation plaque for someone very special that has been a key person in this process. And that person is Rabel B'Shmuel. Would you come up here? I'd like to tell you about Rabel. He has been truly an instrument in contacting these artists through social media and people that he really reached out to find. And it's been a great pleasure to have him on our team. I think there's a word that comes to my mind. It's called passion. And passion, not anyone would have it unless they really believe in what they do. And this man is one of that person who really believes in support of the art and the artists and the Syrian artists to really introduce and be supportive of them. So we appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much.
This plaque of appreciation, Rebel, it reads, appreciation to Rebel Bishmour in recognition your valuable and contribution to the fine art program and growth of the Syrian artists.
Basim Araba.
Thank you so much, and thank you for what you do. Do you have something to say?
Sure.
So Hawitum Basim Araba, I'm just very, very happy to see you all here today. Right? It's very cold outside. So for you guys to come here today, you know you care about your community, you care about your art. I want to congratulate Maher, Qais, and Agnes. You guys did a phenomenal job. And all the other artists that participated as well. I think art is one of those things that'll drive us forward. It'll introduce us to not only new ideas, but new people, new cultures. And at AUAF, we're very much passionate in supporting the arts, whether it's music or fine arts or even literature and that sort of thing. So, Hawitum Basim Araba, appreciate it.
أمن إلى دبرانة مدرسة أمانوتا ميقرأ جوزيف بدلپور. جوزيف شلامالو أوتون باسيم رابقة أي شيت دتريا أدخل عودوت رابا سودانتا وأدخل مرايا مقرولة خرابة جورا قد إديوم أمان من كل تيول شركة وقرمان إديوم من دكان بريشة.
رابس باي أدل رابا بقداي قد شاركت تشغل شوبها البت ومناي من دكان بريشة من كل قنجيات الدنيا participate بيدوا شيت دتريلا قد أخنا خرزة قمابيلا سو هي بيتلم أزخ قماي وبدوية مش منتيانتا.
قشقتو خلدنا إطلاق أرمانة داخينا.
اتمجن إطلاق أرمانة كل من إتلون خاص ستايل بريشة ستايل دي خام دوخينة إلى completely different إلى وبز مجال غيات تخرج شاتون إلى دان برشت خاو منايا من ستايل دوخينة قدينا بريشة جوبية.
أصحاب باسيمو من تتقديوه.
باسيم رابع ده.
وأمن إلى يقرأ ماهر من يانش كتاون إلى قرمان الدطلاء ويشيت الدترية قد بقرامة لأباون لخا بيت الشتاسة خيادتي ولا يا ترايا. ماهر كونغراتس الشولة ديوخ شابيرة من تيتا إلى قديوخ كما خدير.
Yeah, of course. قما خدين قد هاد خمندي جو يعني أمتن تي لوادا أمندي they're like pushing everyone forward which is really good. And second أنا خدين تين يعني قريمة of course. بس هو من دي قما إلى تيلا خمدي قامتن يعني إلى encourage like تيلا وادا encouraging everyone for art, for like music, for education, which is really good. Yeah.
باسم رابع.
هاتي باسم رابع حبيبي. Thank you. Thank you.
ومن لم يقرأ قيس السندي قرمان الدتري. قيس, congrats on your second place winning.
Thank you.
Your feelings today?
Well, I am very privileged and very happy to be here today. Especially this is the first experience to be with this lovely people and also to be surprised with this competition and the result of it, the second place. But I feel that everybody participated in this competition as a winner, because to be in this event is a prize itself, regardless what it will take with him.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Congrats again. ومن إلى دبران الشتست خيادة ولايات سورايا لخم من مدينة شيكاغو يقرأ تقلت بلاصة ريسابي وبزي يقرأ هيلن بداوي كتعين إلى بورد ممبر لخاجو AUAF. شلام عليكم؟
شينا بطواطب. Thank you very much. It was a great program.
Thank you.
program. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you Zisi. ميقرا تقلد بغزاي قد عودوتا قاعدة ترى وإلى خجوشة ست قيادة ولايات ورايا أخيرت وسنتا خيلنتا أمانة ورايا كشختوخ موديلا وبزي أن قرمانة دطلا ببصلة مقرول أمانوتي قد يوخن داخله.
أديل هالباسيمة بغزاي دان شلون شابير مغمري لخا كل أخن جري صندق أمان ديان قيارتي قد أبي جربسي أنا قد نمسيانة ماضي أبي بص باي أمسي كمبيوتر من كله بدادوني وأمغمري إلى خبيتة أمان ديان قد لتم فيها هذه وأنا رأى بغداي قد أمدي قومنا
بس ما قانوخن خاهم زمت أن ديماتن أخم دبران الشتصل قيادة ولايات ورايا قا أمتا قملت آتورات دين آني تقتلون مصيتا قا هيرتت أمانة مو بمرض قضية
بخشابا أو بقارخ أنا بقر من جاني شنة قامون من الدين ليه هاي الراقة كتابا كأمان ديان قد الناشد قد مجد عملت بلبليلة ممطيلة الخادو كد ليلة مطيتها وقلت لي هذي أنا قد مصيتها هايري قد أنا أمانة قد كتابة ديان قد أبيلا قلت لي هذي خكمة أمانة قد أودي كومبيت جو انترناشنال competitions من ناشي قد إنا رابع الله وبضاين كمسي كمبيت أوديش
بخلن بغدايخ لها قد بغزايخ شتست قيادة ولايات ورايا إيش تسا قامتا إدمغزوي لقد أدخسنتا ومرشتا وخبا قا أمانة آتورايا تشيبو قد يوخن
هذا باسيمة عزيزي باسيمة
وغزيلوخن قرمان قامتا جو مرايت مرعشتا من شتست قيادة ولايات ورايا إيوا ميقرتا أغنس أيشك من أطرد نيوزيلاند بخادوتا مارق قديو قد ويباسم ثرابا الأرخت أمانوتو سودنتا برشتا ولديا قطة تشودر قاديا لخا قد بايش جو شتست قيادة ولايات ورايا بلبا خديا تيلا لخا الختامت داها عودوتا ومطيانا منتا من كل آني تيلو لخا سندانة قدها عودوتا وبين مضين قد اتوا زودة من إسري أمانة شركلون جو مرايت مرعشتا أسرة مني بيشلون قبية من دون أسرة خمسة من خمسة طلا ترى خا أربعين من قد كل أمانة آتورايا إنا أمانة بريشة بخبة اتقتلون قا أمتا قملت وبزيقة بالخانة قدية أني تلقرملون إنا قريمة سبب أن لوخ ديام طيلون قلخا بأرخت سخمنتي وبزي بأن رنج شابيرة مبلخلون أديل جونسون من شتى قيادة ولايات وراي مرة قد يخون كلهم هاي ترابة باسيمة